à-bas-le-ciel.
I have had an absolutely awful Easter today, and it is solely down to my sister and her persecution of me, her vegan agenda. Right? We went down to her house for the roast dinner today because it's Easter Day and I'm fed up of having people here. And immediately we're through the door, she's pushing her vegan agenda. I'm saying to her, look, I bought myself a little cut of lamb. I'm not having a bloody nut roast as my roast on bloody Easter Sunday. And she's got the arse on about this. She's going mental about it, about how I shouldn't be bringing meat into her house and stuff.
And once you become vegan, you start to really feel for animals in a way that you probably didn't in the past. And as those muscles of empathy grow, it becomes harder and harder to sustain watching people consume animals. Some people avoid social situations where they know they'll have to see people eating animals. And some people go so far as to tell their friends that they will not go out to eat if their other friends are going to be consuming animal products.
How I shouldn't be bringing meat into a house and stuff. You bring vegan food into my bloody house and cook it here when I'm making dinner, don't you? And she said, no, it's a different matter and stuff. My vegan food's not offensive. Are you kidding me? Lashings of hummus, which is basically vegetarian snot, bloody smeared all over bowls and stuff. Your food looks like cat sick.
Now, since we decided to become vegan, we haven't had animal products in our home. With one exception, my husband actually, when we stopped buying meat and things like that, my husband actually came back from a dinner that we had out one night and he brought home leftovers. Gosh, it was probably a month or so after I decided to go vegan, but I wasn't fully vegan yet either. And my husband brought home these leftovers and it was a steak. And he put them on the oven and he started to cook them and he said, you know, he felt so guilty. And he told me right afterwards that he felt horrible about it. The idea of bringing violence into our home. He found it upsetting because he felt like our home was a place that was free from violence.
Anyway, I was saying, look, how is this going to affect you in any way, shape or form? And she's rabbiting on about how she doesn't want it on her pans and stuff. I'd already thought that she was going to kick off about it. I've even bought a roasting pan down. I'll get it out of my bag and I'll show it to her. And she's thinking for about 5 minutes, trying to find a way out of it. And she's like, no, I'm just not comfortable. I just can't be implicated in murder like this. Implicated in murder!
You know, if we have people over or anything, we'll let them know that we don't, that our home, that we have a compassionate home, and in this home we don't have violence of any kind, and we ask that people not bring dead animals with them.
Implicated in murder! Do you know what murder is? I googled it and showed it to her. It's the premeditated, unlawful killing of another person. Murder is murder, meat is meat. It's ridiculous, not implicating you, just letting me make my choices. You know, bloody vegans, all about their personal choice, and we have to bloody make way for them when they come round. And I do, you know, with nut juice in the fridge and all that kind of stuff. They cook their vegetarian food, but they're not willing to allow me that same choice.
Because as a vegan, one of the hardest things is the stress of constantly seeing the carnism around us, like people just eating animals left, right, and center. And you face that in your everyday life so much. You want a place where you can feel is a sanctuary from that sort of thing.
It's a bloody miserable Easter lunch, I tell you. Mouthful of mush nuts for bloody roast. It's ridiculous.
It can severely affect your social life, your work life. It can even also affect your livelihood if it starts to affect the events that you're able to attend.
Absolute nightmare today. Easter, I know just how Jesus felt.
À-bas-le-ciel.
For me as a vegan, it's easy to be self-righteous. It's easy for me to say, shut it all down, smash all the cages, set all the animals free. That's easy, you know? But the whole reason why my YouTube channel exists is that I'm not really interested in easy answers to complicated questions. I'm interested in dealing with all the murky, complicated, you know, moral gray areas.
À-bas-le-ciel.